Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It is your girl, Miss Honey, here with another review slash recap for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Also tonight, I'm going to be dropping Married to Medicine right after this one, so stay tuned for that. I was really excited about Married to Medicine, although Real Housewives of Atlanta was it was okay. But I'm getting ready to go to Los Cabos. I think that's what it is. Los Cabos, Mexico, in 13 days. And I went and got my hair braided down yesterday for my install. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm excited about Married to Medicine because y'all know they in Cabo San Lucas for their retreat. So, but we're going to talk about that. First, let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know where we left off last week, and that was NeNe going upstairs on the Bravo float, which the Bravo float was completely and utterly lit. They had all the Bravo celebrities on the float celebrating. I think it was WorldPride, or I don't know if it's just like regular gay pride. I know they have like a lot of different pride celebrations and stuff going on. But anyway, I think this was on the anniversary of Stonewall. So yeah, I mean it was a big to do. It was a lot of people there. NeNe goes up the stairs on the float, and Cynthia's standing at the top of the float, and she does speak. She does give a lot more attention to what is Cynthia's Noelle, Cynthia's daughter, which is fine. It was slightly shady too, but it's fine. We take what we can get. Cynthia, trying to feel the awkwardness in the moment, said, "You looking good, NeNe." And NeNe was like, "Thank you." And she didn't even look back. She didn't even look back. I was like, "You shouldn't have said nothing, Cynthia." But she gonna always be able to outdo you when it comes to nastiness because she's naturally nasty. And it doesn't come as naturally to you, Cynthia. But I will say this, just stop trying so hard. All right? Because for as much as you protest, you do kind of come across like you might still be mildly obsessed with NeNe. But I digress. Um, then we get to see Eva when NeNe walked up to Eva. Eva was like, "Hey, beautiful." I was like, "Oh, that's kind of fake. That's kind of phony." When you with Cynthia, you dogging NeNe. When you see NeNe, you like, "Hey, beautiful." And I know some people call that cordial, or I guess being mature and being able to move past the situation. But you dogging her. Like, if you didn't have a problem with her, you wouldn't be dogging her in or out of her face. You just wouldn't have nothing to say about her. Like, she wouldn't be a topic of conversation. Right after that, when Cynthia was telling Eva that she told NeNe that she looked good, Eva was like, "Why you lying? Why you lying?" But you looked right in NeNe's face and told her she was beautiful. Like, don't be faking phony with me. Don't be faking phony with me. If you don't care for me, I want to know. I want to know, so I won't be running up in your face trying to talk to you, trying to be nice to you, trying to be kind to you, and you got daggers for me. Let me know up front what's up, and I'll govern myself accordingly. Not that I'll be nasty to you, but you certainly won't get none of this, all of this sweet honey sugar love. You're not getting that. Sorry. You don't care for me, you don't get the membership has its privileges, darling. And if you're not a member of the honeybees, kick rocks, deuces. See you later, alligator. We see what Candy go see. Kenya go see. No, Candy goes to see Kenya, and they talk about the baby and the marriage. And Kenya lets us know that Candy has been there quite a bit for her, especially when she was pregnant. She could always call Candy and ask her questions and stuff. And she talks a little bit about how tough marriage is. Her and Mark are going on year 2, and she looks at Todd and Candy, and their marriage is fairly new, so She feels like they can do it. Her and Mark can do it. She does share with her some of her concerns about the fact that they're about to go on a they were supposed to go on a birthday trip for Mar's birthday, but he wanted to take the baby. Then later on, I don't know how they got turned to the anniversary trip. I don't know if it was two different trips. Like, it's weird. Anyway, we also get to see where Kandi and Todd, go through these final stages of that surrogacy journey. And we know within the last 2 to 3 days ago, real time, Candy's surrogate had their baby, a baby girl, Blaze Tucker. And we see here where they're going to one of the final appointments, and they bring Ace with them, and he is so adorable and so cute and so well spoken. Like, he's not one of those kids that messes up his always. He can't say always. I want some quackers. My nephew used to say, I need to lose the bathroom. He's not that kind of baby talker at all. He's a very well spoken little boy. And so it's really, really cute. It's a good moment, and it's a good opportunity to see Todd and Kandi as parents. I really like them in this setting. I really like how honest Kandi and Todd's relationship seems to be. I mean, they seem to be able to have these fragile moments with one another and be upset or criticize, and the other seems to get over it, deal with it. They talk about it. It doesn't really seem like they have one of those passive-aggressive relationships. I can appreciate that. I like that. So I'm cool with it. And through this whole process, Kenya is texting Kandi. So when they leave there, they kind of go their separate ways, Todd and Kandi, because Candy's going to go over and see Kenya. She goes over to see Kenya, and Kenya seems fine. But once she gets into the conversation about they just had an anniversary, her and Mark, and how she wanted to take a nanny because she wanted to for them to be able to go out to dinner and just do some things together as a couple and have their baby well taken care of back at the hotel suite. And he didn't want that. He didn't feel like it would be a vacation if they took a nanny. But she ended up her and Brooklyn ended up going to Turks and Caicos for the anniversary trip, and he didn't go. So she still ended up being with the baby. I don't know if she took a nanny with her and the baby, or if just her and Brooklyn went. It seemed like it would be very difficult for her to do that, considering she needs to clean her body up and I don't know. I would have took a nanny. I'm gonna need somebody there to watch the baby while I get a shower, while I go brush my teeth. You have to keep your eyes on them, I think. They roll off beds and stuff and put stuff in their mouth. You got to keep your eye on children at all times, or they'll find a way to get into the emergency room every time. So, she starts to get really upset because evidently they had a fight about it. But this is one of many fights that they have had. And she kind of lets out that when he fights, he can be very, very hurtful. He hits below the belt. Kandi was like, sound like he be calling you out your name, girl. Y'all know Kandi #1 instigator. Now, she know how to get the truth out of you and still really seem concerned. I'm not saying that she wasn't concerned, but she was still gonna get that tea, right? Y'all know how Kandi is. Kandi gets the tea. So, yeah, Kandi, and she was just she didn't want to admit it. But my thing is that, for me, I really feel like Porsha should take note of what's going on with Kenya and Mark, because Kenya and Mark kind of had the same relationship, really, really quick, fast relationship that she and Dennis had. And you see where it's landed them. Here are two people that don't know each other at all. Like, whatever he was doing to try and get her, that's out the window now that he has her. And he doesn't really want her. It doesn't seem like he want her to me. To me, it seemed like he is doing everything he can not to make love to her, not to be with her intimately. And that means one or two things. Either one, he got somebody else and he feel like he cheating on them with you. Or two, he don't want you no more. Instead of saying, I don't want you no more, he's trying to push you away and get you to get your things and leave, girl. I'm telling you. And she was like, well, he just needs to learn how to fight in a way. And Candy was saying, like, she can go there when people start cutting her off. And I get what Candy was saying, but it sounds like to me, and Candy said out her own mouth that Kenya plays the submissive role with him. And I'm a big person on submissiveness. I enjoy it. I prefer it. I feel like I have to be strong in, in my daily life anyway, because I'm responsible for everything. So I like being in a position where I can relax a little bit and I can be submissive and I can do the thing that I love the most, which is take care of and love on, right? So, I don't see a problem with that. I see a problem with diminishing yourself, dulling your light for somebody else's. I see a definite problem with that. And I can see right now you doing everything you can to make it work with this dude, because you don't want it to be said that you done got with this man and it's kaput like that. Also, I get her point. She wants to make sure she is being mindful of her daughter at all times, even though she is a young baby. If you make a habit of arguing and fussing around kids, last thing you want them to get used to is you arguing and fussing, you know what I'm saying, with each other. So I understand it. I feel her pain, and I do feel like it's genuine. At the same time, save yourself some trouble. He is telling you on every hand that you are no longer a consideration, that he considers you to be disposable. I would get my things and I would go. But I'm going to say this, and I meant to say it last week. I'm going to say this. You best to be careful, because he is, like you say, he's a good father. There's no doubt that he loves her. He's going to give you some business about that baby. He's going to give you the business about that baby. I guarantee you, if y'all go through with this divorce and everything goes the way that it looks like, continues to head down the path it looks like it's headed down, which is divorce ultimately, you best to get you a good lawyer. You best to shore yourself up, because he gonna fight you about that baby. He gonna fight you about that baby. He gonna fight you about that baby being on camera. I got dollars to donuts, I'm telling you. About that baby being on social media. Oh yes. If he's a dirty fighter, if he plays dirty pool when it comes to arguing, darling, he will wrestle you to the ground legally about this divorce and this baby and giving you anything. I'm telling you. Mark my words. Mark them down. Mark them down. Okay? Kenya, get your stuff. Get your ducks in a row. Get the hell on. Get the hell on. I wouldn't give him another chance to hurt me. I wouldn't. You keep putting yourself out there and he keep wiping his feet on you. That's because you're laying down like a welcome mat. Stand up. Stand up and take your power back, girl. Take your power back. Okay, so that's Candy and Kenya. Porsha goes to the therapist. And, she just talks about how she's depressed, but she's got to pull herself together. She's going back to work. She really, really doesn't know if she's going to forgive Dennis. She hasn't ruled it out, but right now she wants to make sure she's working on herself and working on healing. And she wants him to take ownership. Not that she was falling short in some way, and that's why he cheated. But just take ownership that you went out there with the one-eyed wonder weenie and did what you wanted to do. You was led by your ding-a-ling. And that's just what it is. And just say that. I just did it. I wasn't even thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I regretted it. But yeah, I did it. Instead of saying you wasn't really giving me the attention. Like, to me, that's a low blow. That's a low blow. She ends up going back to work. Thanks to her mom. Listen, Porsha, let me tell you the key to getting out the house on time every day. The key to getting out the house on time every day is prepare yourself the day before. That baby's bottle should have been packed up, lock, stock, and barrel. All you should have had should have done when you left the house was grab that baby's bag and get on out the door. It's a bag in the fridge for all the cold items with ice pack in it already, and your baby's bag, all that stuff. Get your car loaded, get all that stuff done. Everything you need that you can pack up and put in the car and get it ready, get it done. And that's how you're gonna be efficient in getting out the house. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Okay, goes to work, has a good time, and it kind of just breaks that fear that she had about going back out there into the world, about what people would say. Nobody mentioned it, nobody said anything, and now she's ready to go back to work because she realized that she wasn't thinking about Dennis half as much as she was when she was back at the house looking ugly and lamenting about it, right? So that's Porsha. Then we see where Cynthia and Eva go to dinner. It's really Marlo invited Cynthia and she brought along Eva. And I don't know how they saying Eva broke. Maybe Bravo was paying for it, but Eva was eating up so much stuff. I mean, by herself, she had $178 worth of food that she ordered, and that was just the first order. She had a second order when she walked off from the table and went downstairs to eat alone because she didn't want to sit there with Marlo. But I wouldn't have sat there with Marlo either. She came in like old Benson and Hedges. That voice, that laugh, you know, it take Forrest Rocks to do her voice, but it is just so grainy. Now, she want to keep pushing this thing about being a momty, mom slash auntie, and she's got these kids. You know, I'm legally, I was just like, the way she was saying it just sounded like a lie. I don't know. I don't trust Marlo. I think I made that clear in my last review. But Eva made it clear she wasn't finna sit there and eat with Marlo. She was not about to do it because she feel like Marlo shaded her, which she did. Now, you get as good as you give, Eva. Eva, you got a lot of shade for a lot of people. Okay, you come out of your mouth real reckless about Porsha, and Porsha didn't say half the things that Marlo said to you and about you. So you're a big girl, you can handle it. When Eva finally leave, Marlo sit there and Cynthia just listens to her go on and on about Eva not having any money, and she doesn't admit that why she gotta tell you that she bisexual? Why she gotta clear that through you? Why don't you clear the credit card fraud through her? Okay, why don't you run down the men you was messing with that was supposed to be paying for everything? Why don't you run down this LLC that nobody has ever seen? You so worried about other people's business, and then got the nerve to be talking about it like you genuinely feel like somebody owe you an explanation about their life. Don't nobody owe you nothing, Marlo. Don't nobody owe you nothing. And then she want to try to act like, I do think she want to try to put Cynthia and NeNe together. Probably because she getting tired of NeNe. NeNe's a lot of work. She's a lot of responsibility. You have to constantly be on for her. You know, you have to constantly be there for her. She's not necessarily there for you. Okay, so maybe she wants Cynthia to take the night shift, you know what I'm saying, or the day shift, and she take the night shift with NeNe. But she tried to put them back together. And Cynthia had a valid point. I'm always the one that concedes. I'm always the one that apologizes. I'm always the one that take the high road. And y'all don't say nothing to NeNe when she, you know, going off on me or talking about me or dragging me. you know, I'm always the one that's expected to take the high road, and that's not right. Now, when I speak out, then all of a sudden that is just so egregious. I have to agree with her. Later on, Marlo goes to lunch with NeNe, and she gets to talking about how she went to dinner and Eva left, and you know, all of this stuff, dogging Eva out once again. But Eva's a big girl, remember? And then she gets on the whole Cynthia thing. Of course, NeNe wants to hear it out, hear it through. And when she realizes that Marlo is really trying to get her to maybe apologize, to put this all behind them, she gets upset. She's like, mind your business, stay out of it. Why do I have to apologize? I don't know why Marlo thought that would work. NeNe never takes any responsibility or any accountability for herself, for what she does, for what her part is in any situation. I mean, hell, Greg's still apologizing for having cancer, for putting her through his cancer. For her having to sleep in the bedroom by herself, like while he was sick, while he was retching and vomiting and violent diarrhea. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. You know what I'm saying? So NeNe just doesn't, she just don't see it now. And she had like a spoiled child. She's not hearing the things she want to hear, and she's not getting what she wants. So she gets up and walks off and gets in a jitney cab and rides off, and Marlo running after her. NeNe, don't leave me. NeNe, don't leave me, in a sequins jumpsuit in the middle of the day. I was just like, y'all don't look like a couple of drag queens. Just over the top, like always overdressed, like always over the dress, overdone. Anyway, that was really, really crazy, and that was basically the whole episode. That was it. That was a whole. Y'all tell me what you think. Y'all put it down below. This whole Kenya situation. Oh man, I see so many women go through this. I had a small spell where I was with somebody I really, really wanted to be with, and found myself trying to please them, constantly please them. And it was just miserable. It was a miserable, miserable time. And you can do all of that only for them to say, still not good enough. Still, I still don't choose you. You know what I mean? And that is so hurtful. It's so hurtful. I say, save yourself the pain, my dear. If he's not seeking after you, if he is not chasing, if he is not sniffing after you, go on about your business. There are plenty of men out here who will kindly do it. And now that you got a baby, I promise you the men will be all over you. For some reason, they love women with children. Oh, but y'all tell me what y'all think about this episode. Put it down below. And until next time, honeybees, I'll holler.